Hey everybody, it's Jason Chadwick with PremierGuitar.com. We're with Ben Fulton from Red Rich Pedals, and we're going to talk about the new Zeus, your sub-bass fuzz octave destroyer that we just heard on the intro there. So tell us a little bit about this pedal and kind of what we were hearing.
Well, basically, it's got two pedals in one. It's got a analog sub-octave and it's got an analog fuzz. It was designed, I designed it specifically for the bass. So it's got a couple of features that you're not going to find on a guitar specific pedal. First of those features is it's got a full frequency response. Most guitar pedals will roll off the low end to tighten up the sound and focus it for the guitar. Obviously on the bass you don't want that. You want to have as much low frequency coming through as possible. So both the sub-octave and the fuzz circuits have been designed to have a full frequency response. The second feature that it has is both octave and fuzz have a mix control, so you can blend between the clean sound and the affected sound, which obviously is really important because bass players, unlike guitarists, really care about retaining their original foundation sound, the sound of the bass going into the amplifier. So it's not a case of wanting to have complete saturation necessarily all the time. Sure. So looking at the features, the octave is really easy. There's this one control, which is the octave mix, and the octave foot switch. So basically when you engage the octave, it glows blue. When it's fully counterclockwise, it's clean. So no difference in the sound. There's no difference in the sound between the bypass and the engaged when it's fully counterclockwise. And then as we roll it around, now the thing is that it's analog, but it tracks really well. Often analog delays have difficulty with tracking. This tracks really well. It's got a sponginess that you're not going to get out of a digital sub-octave. And then you turn it all the way clockwise and it's just the low frequency. So it's like almost synthy. So that's the octave. Now the fuzz takes the essence of the Fuzz God 2. Of all the pedals that I've designed for guitar, the Fuzz God 2 is the one that bass players have asked again and again, could you possibly do one of these for us? And so this is what I've included in here. So it's like the Fuzz God 2, except it's got the low frequency, full frequency response instead of the roll off. It's got the fuzz mix, which again the Fuzz God 2 doesn't have, so same scenario as with the octave when it's counterclockwise. Difference, and then as I dial this up, more of the cataclysm. Now you've got a fuzz control, which determines how much fuzz you've got. You've got a high frequency roll off. You've got a gain control, which just halves the gain by half. And then you've got the sputter control, which is one of the great features of the Fuzz God 2. And of course, what this does is it gates it. So at the moment, it's nice and smooth. And then of course, when you include the octave with that, things can get quite hilarious. Gating it even more. And then if I dial it so it's just sub-octave and it's really gated, then we get some really fun things in. And then dial the sputter control right round. So when it's just sub-octave, you've got serious possibilities of completely destroying your speaker if you don't use it responsibly, kids. Only under adult supervision. So when the octave's blended with the sub-octave is blended with the clean, and then you've got the fuzz going.
Excellent. So when will the Zeus be available, and what will be the price on it?
The Zeus is already available. The Zeus is available in the US and in all of our other territories.
The NAMM show is now open in Hall E and levels 2 and 3. Have a great day.
All right. Well, we're in Hall C, so I guess
We're good.
we're special.
Yeah.
Just not spit on your microphone there. I'm really special. Anyway, yeah, it's available now. It's available everywhere. The retail street on it is $299.99. So it's a lot of bang for your buck. Basically, it's 2 pedals in one, specifically for bass. But here's the thing: we're saying it's the bass pedal that your guitarist is going to want to steal, simply because of the fact if you plug a guitar into this, it's a whole world of fun. We've sold almost as many of these to guitar players as we have to bass players. Bass players love it, but guitar players love it as well because you can get that whole sub-octave thing and you're playing further up the neck. Fuzz is falling apart. It's really, really wonderful. It's been really well responded to. Bootsy Collins got in contact with us to get a hold of one. It's given us his endorsement on it, which is super cool because I grew up listening to Bootsy Collins, so it's always nice when people like that reach out to you about a pedal,
And the other thing you have kind of going on, you mentioned earlier, is you have this professional development course that you're starting. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, the professional development course is an initiative that we've made. It's to help the guys selling our pedals be the most well-resourced pedal experts on the planet, basically. For us, it's really important that the guys that are selling our products know all there is to know about guitar pedals. So it's a 10-week course. It's only available for people that work as salespeople at an authorized Redwitch dealership. It's delivered via email every week for 9 weeks. Participants receive an email link and they watch a 15 to 25 minute video clip of me going through the material. At the end of each session there's a quiz. In the 10th session is a webinar with me that we do live. And then at the conclusion of that, they get a certificate stating that they are a Redwitch pedal magus. They get a t-shirt and they get a free Redwitch pedal, anything that we make of their choice, absolutely free. And the material that's covered in the course is just key competencies to do with guitar effects pedals. It's the stuff that people are going to come into the shop and ask them. So we cover voltage, we cover current, we cover impedance, we cover pedal order, how to put together a pedal board, how to get sounds like the people that you love, all sorts of different things that are ultimately really important to know. Because the thing is, there's so much misinformation out there, as we both know. You go into forums and there's people who know what they're on about and there's people that have no idea, and it's very hard to differentiate. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors and so on, which for us it's to our benefit to dispel those myths. And there hasn't been any trusted source yet. Obviously the guitar manufacturers and manufacturers who do training courses and so on, industry courses, but no one's done one for the guitar pedals. So we saw that gap and we decided to fill it, and so it's a win-win for us. We get guys that know pedals, that have the resources to answer pretty much any question, and in return we get the guys, they're getting a free pedal, they're getting a whole bunch of information. For me, the ideal scenario is a situation where a guy will be working in a store, he'll hear about the course, he'll hear that he gets a free pedal, he'll go, sweet, I'll do this, I'll get a free pedal. And then once he starts doing the course, he's playing with his band, say 6 weeks in, he goes to rehearsal, someone in the band goes, your guitar sounds better, what's the story? And I was learning about gain structure and I was learning about pedal order and so on, and this course I'm doing, and so I it's that living, breathing sort of thing. So that's what's most important to me, because we all want good tone, and we want to help people get good tone. It's a real passion, it's an evangelical type sort of. Can I get an amen?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so where can people go online to find out more about the Zeus, all the rest of the Redwitch pedals, and this new course?
Well, it's nice and easy. It's www.redwitchanalogpedals.com, and that's the place for all of the Redwitch resources, plus our Facebook, obviously, Redwitch Pedals. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on all of that stuff. Come and find us.
Right on. All right, Ben. Thanks a lot for showing us the Zeus.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks.
This is Jason Chadwick with PremierGuitar.com. Ben Fulton. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all of our NAMM 2016 coverage. Ben, let's hear a little.